how the moment you decide to focus on one thing and one thing only, life immediately throws at you 10 other things to care about. Immediately, instantly, right there on the spot, the moment you make that decision. Well, this is why we did what we did on day 12. If you didn't watch the video, go back and watch it. We decided on one purpose, one aim that we will focus on for the next 90 days. I don't know what you need to do, but write that aim down, print it out, put it on a board, put it on your wall, just put it somewhere where you can see it every single day. Because life will, not might, but life will throw competing priorities at you. Life will try to distract you. Life will try to tell you that that aim is not worth you focusing and you can actually do multiple things at the same time. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't listen. Focus on one purpose, one aim for the next 90 days. Today is day 13, and we're talking about how to protect that aim. So what we're going to do is identify 3 primary outcomes that will support and help us execute that aim. These are not habits, they're not goals, they're not intentions, they are outcomes. Outcomes have weight. They change your reality. They force decision. They force choices. The way you'll know that it's actually a priority outcome, not just an outcome, is that you'll know for a fact that it's moving your purpose, your aim forward. It's something that you can measure, something that you know if it hasn't happened. Like if you haven't lost those 10 pounds you want to lose, you'll know when you put your clothes on that those pounds are still there. If you haven't saved the money you were supposed to save, you'll know because your account will tell you that that money's not there. If you haven't built the discipline or the patience you need to build, life will test you and you'll know. So reading more is not a priority outcome. Working out more is not an outcome. Posting consistently is not an outcome. These are behaviors. They're not outcomes. An outcome allows you to answer this question. What must exist at the end of these 90 days for me to know that my aim has moved forward? What must exist for me to know that I've made progress, that my aim is closer, that I'm closer to my aim than I was 90 days prior? That's an outcome. Outcomes change your reality. They have weight. They're visible. They're tangible. You can see that they've happened or not. So choose the 3 priority outcomes, not just outcomes, priority outcomes. The way you'll know that it's a priority outcome and not just an outcome is you'll be able to ask yourself and answer with those outcomes if those 3 priorities are the only things that move forward every single week, will my aim still survive? Not just will I be closer to it 90 days down the line, but will it actually survive if I only stick to these 3 priority outcomes? If I only stick to working on moving forward with these 3 priority outcomes, that's how you'll know that those outcomes are a priority versus just being an outcome. Now, why 3? 3 because 3 forces you honesty. It forces you to sit down and look at what you have defined as an important outcome for your aim and decide whether or not they really matter the most. It's about choosing what matters the most, because we cannot afford to have broken focus or overwhelming priorities, overwhelming goals this year. These are weights we have to carry, so we have to be as light as possible to run this race and get to the finish line. That's what we're trying to do here. Okay? So that's it. That's your homework. That's what you need to do today. Pick 3 priority outcomes. So if your aim is to become more financially stable or disciplined, 3 priority outcomes could be: first, lowering your balance on a high interest card, for example, or deciding that you want to get rid of all your credit cards or pay off all your outstanding balances. Second thing could be that you want to start building an emergency fund. So I don't want to get in a debate about the Dave Ramsey formulas and principles, but from my experience, you can eliminate that while you work on an emergency fund and invest your money. Depending on what you have available, you can do more of one or the other. But when it comes to financial stability, you don't have to wait to pay off all your debt to start investing or start saving for an emergency fund. And then you don't have to put all your money into having well, depending on your situation. But anyways, I am not a financial advisor. So talk to your financial advisor. But from my perspective, and in my opinion, if your goal is to become more financially stable, you can be investing, saving, and paying off debt. All right, that being said, that's your homework for today. Thinking about your three, not 4, not 5, 3 priority outcomes associated to your primary aim for the next 90 days. 90 days, that's it. Not the whole year, 90 days. All right, I will see you tomorrow.